Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately I cannot be with you in Constance for the conference, but I'm nevertheless very pleased to be able to contribute to this important debate on how we can digitalize public services in the best possible way with you, and how we can ensure, more broadly, better working conditions in this digital transformation. It's sure that digitalization can make public services much more accessible, efficient and effective. And that is, I think, very good news. Today, it's in fact quite normal to obtain administrative certificates, to request permits, to enroll in trainings, and also even to pay taxes, almost entirely online. Technically, these things seem to be perfectly feasible. But, of course, digitalization is not only a matter of the available technology. We are dealing here with important issues of people. The human dimension and the society's needs need also to be taken into account. It is not because something can be digitalized that it's always a good idea to do so. These are important questions. Technologies and processes in this area rely, of course, first and foremost, on the workers themselves, on the workers in the public sector, on their knowledge, their expertise, agility to adapt to unforeseen situations, on their creativity, capacity to see the person behind the file, and not just look at a number. Of course, jobs and tasks have profoundly changed already as a result of digitalization. This is a broader societal debate that's taking place. That's why it's also so important that CESI is discussing this today. Jobs may even disappear as a result of the digitalization. We know this. That's why the Commission is paying very close attention to all this and to these risks, as well as to the opportunities it offers and the challenges it may pose to workers and to citizens. Let me mention a few of these risks. For example, the unclear boundaries between work and private life, the permanent connectivity and surveillance, and the increased use of new technologies have given an additional rise to ergonomic and psychosocial risks. There's clear evidence for this. The EU has been a front runner in high standards for workers' health and safety protections, but there is a constant need to keep it adapted to the new realities and the new demands of our societies. That is why our EU strategic framework on safety and health at work for 2021-2027 addresses the challenges raised by digitalization and identified a number of priority areas in this field. As announced in the strategic framework, we will organize a high-level stock-taking event in 2023 under the Swedish presidency of the Council. It will be an occasion to assess the progress made both at EU and national levels. We should also make sure that everyone has the necessary skills to succeed in a digital work environment. This is another important issue, and there are some serious concerns and major challenges in the European Union in this regard. Let me give you a few figures. In 2021, almost half, namely 46% of the EU population had insufficient digital skills. At the same time, over 90% of jobs now require some sort of level of digital skills. The focus should be on addressing the needs of the businesses, therefore, and 77% of businesses today report difficulties with finding workers with the right skills. Here the European Union has put in place the so-called skills agenda and the digital education action plan, which set concrete measures to support the development of green and digital skills for all. EU funding, such as the European Social Fund Plus, the Recovery and Resilience Facility, and Erasmus Plus, will be key to putting all these ambitions in motion. The proposal of President von der Leyen to make 2023 the European Year of Skills is a political recognition of the enormity of the challenge, and a political recognition that much more needs to be done at all levels, and to help member states reach the Porto target of 60% of adults taking part in training at least once a year. Today the figure is below 40%. So to get to 60% of at least one training per year per worker is an enormous challenge, which we can only achieve if everybody works together. Finally, and as I said at the start, there is a big question to be asked. That's why I'm so happy that you're going to discuss these questions today at your conference. It is not because something can be digitalized that it is always a good idea to do so. It's only once you truly understand the details of a job that you realize that many parts of it perhaps can never be digitalized, and that there is always the need for humans to intervene. The machine cannot take over many things, and I think that this is a particularly important question in your sector. This leads to a very important point, with which I will conclude. Transformation processes can only be successful if they are inclusive and participative. And this is very, very true for the digital transformation. All workers must therefore have a voice in this transformation. They can offer real-world, real practical insights that are key to success. And that is why I'm so happy that CESI is participating in our project on the digitalization of public services, and that you do this conference today. Social partners are essential in this respect, and the Commission will continue to support them in their endeavor. I wish you a very successful conference, and I look very much forward to hearing your conclusions. Thank you very much.